Hi, my name is Katie Ziskind. I'm the owner of Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in gender, sexuality, and intimacy with couples. You can book your free phone consultation at wisdomwithinct.com. That's wisdomwithinct.com. This video is all about gender, cross-dressing, sexuality, and sexual orientation. Now, if you're a man and you cross-dress and your wife has recently found out that you cross-dress and is upset, this video is for you. If you are a wife and you have recently found a bag of feminine clothing in your male partner's closet and you're kind of confused, you're shocked, you're unsure of what cross-dressing is, this video is for you. As well, if you're a couple and you've started the conversation where, the male in the relationship's cross-dressing, and as a female, kind of you identify with more feminine clothing and you're unsure of what this means, this video is also for you. As well, if you're looking to build a healthy relationship with gender expression, this video is also for you. So when we grow up, we're conditioned to put gender into two boxes, one box being male and one box being female. And there are certain things that males should do and should be, and there are certain things that females should do and should be based on societal stereotypes and gender norms. Counseling is all about pushing through these gender norms and overcoming these harmful stereotypes so that you both can be the most authentic, loving, and confident version of yourselves. First, we need to look at where these harmful, negative stereotypes and limiting beliefs around gender come from. When we're little children, we are taught what gender means. If you're a girl, you wear long hair and you like pink, and you get to wear dresses. And if you're a boy, you have to have short hair. You definitely can't grow it long, and you have to like blue. So from a very young age, we're taught what boys should be and do and what girls should be and do. And there's often no room for freedom of expression. So we grow up fearing punishment, fearing social ostracization, being kind of kicked out of the church group or kicked out of our families, or facing rejection if we're different than the norm. So we learn to put a mask on. We learn to push it all away, all of those ways we want to express ourselves, and push them to the skeletons in our closet and push them far, far away, and neglect those parts of ourselves that we deeply want to be. So we grow up, we get a career, we have a family, we do the things that society tells us are normal and the way people behave if they're a male or a female. We do those things to get in line and not go against the grain so that we achieve acceptance and belonging. Every human wants belonging. So then we grow up and we're still not feeling fulfilled because we don't get to express ourselves. We don't have gender expression. So then we start to develop a sense of secrecy. Oftentimes, a man who cross-dresses will begin to cross-dress in secret out of fear of rejection from his wife or partner, out of fear of humiliation, out of fear of losing his job. If his employer finds out he cross-dresses, what will they think? Oftentimes, men who cross-dress may pick very masculine-based jobs, a police officer, a doctor, a lawyer, a very masculine-oriented job where he has to wear a uniform and, has to, won't seem like the oddball. So then there's the side of him that he really wants to express, which is his feminine side. And so he'll do that in secret. A man who cross-dresses might wear women's lingerie, bras, nylon stockings, mascara, fake eyelashes, lipstick, long-haired wigs, feminine dresses, feminine high heels, and all of these clothing and accessories that are associated with the female gender in secret. So as a man, you might do this on a business trip, far away from your hometown, far away from where your wife or your spouse can see you and find out. You may also be doing this in secret at home when you're home alone or when you know your wife won't be home. And so what sometimes happens is that your wife or your partner finds out that you cross-dress, and it can be incredibly shocking, it can be embarrassing, it can be anxiety-provoking. Your wife might feel betrayed or confused, and even grieving. So that's when counseling can be incredibly supportive for talking about religious viewpoints from childhood, and how these influence our views on gender. So society plays a role in how we view gender, and religion does too. So oftentimes religious teachings teach us to either be a man or a woman. And we even get taught like 2 men can't get married, but we can fall in love with anyone of any gender. We're just often groomed that that's not okay. Also, religion creates very strict viewpoints around sex and sexuality. Oftentimes women are taught that they just have to give their body to their partner, or make sex only for procreation, when sex can actually be a recreational activity and sex can be very pleasurable. And so women are taught to be in service when it comes to sex and not to receive any sexual pleasure based on religious teachings. And so counseling can be a process of connecting to your own sex drive and what feels good for you, and then verbalizing that to your partner. Especially for females, being able to say, hey, I really want more foreplay, or I don't want to jump right to penetrative sex, or, this actually doesn't feel good. Can we stop? And having a voice in that sexual experience is not something religion or society teaches us. So that's where counseling can help you both be more authentic in what you want and need when it comes to gender expression. Some men who cross-dress find wearing nylon stockings and the texture of women's clothing to be an arousing and sexually arousing sensation. So the feeling of that texture on your skin can make you feel really excited. Being able to talk about this with your partner can be very helpful in counseling, because your partner may immediately feel betrayed or sad, or become, worry that they're no longer attractive in your eyes. Your wife might say, oh my goodness, like he's cheating on me because of this, or it must mean he's gay. And those things are just not true. Sexual orientation is very different from gender expression. And so we can talk about things that can help build reassurance in your marriage in this coming out process. Another thing I just want to talk about in this video is self-connection. So the more that you can connect to yourself, the more that you can communicate with your partner, with your loved one that you want a loving long-term marriage with, what you need and what you desire. So rather than pushing away parts of yourself in hopes that you'll be accepted, or having to change parts of yourself to get the love you want, it's better to accept yourself and gain awareness for what it means to love yourself, and then be able to say, hey, this is who I am, love me for who I am, and let's work through some of these difficult and challenging conversations and emotions that may arise from being your authentic self. So giving both of you this opportunity to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm learning about myself, please love me just as I am, versus trying to change me, is going to be so helpful for your marriage, versus both of you putting on a mask and kind of having a very surface level aspect of love and intimacy. So oftentimes when I work with couples where the male in the relationship cross-dresses, and maybe, the female is confused or shocked, surprised, anxious, uneasy, it can be an incredibly emotionally intimate experience. So just from talking about gender expression and gender identity, you can develop a new sense of meaningful connection, honest communication. You can talk about the other things in your marriage that you've swept under the rug for 20, 30, 40 years. You can start to have these dialogues that are so incredibly powerful and bring you both closer together. And these conversations in this safe space of counseling can help you feel closer and more secure and even more playful than you ever have felt before, because you're coming from an authentic place. You're talking about things and getting to know each other on a very deep level. And that's what builds long-lasting love. So if you have anxiety, if you have inner criticism, if you have fear, shame, guilt, anything related to gender identity, gender expression, or even sexuality, I would love to help you build emotional intimacy, which is the foundation of physical and sexual intimacy. So if you're looking for individual counseling or marriage therapy around the topics of cross-dressing, intimacy, and sex, I would love to help you, and my team at Wisdom Within Counseling would love to help. You can book your free phone consult at wisdomwithinct.com. That's wisdomwithinct.com. You can also send us a text or give us a call at 860-451-9364. That's 860-451-9364. 9364. I'm Katie Ziskind. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I would love to help you be your authentic self and create love and long-lasting love.